Hello everyone, welcome to the Green Man channel, hope you're all good and well. So time for a new album review this Easter Sunday. This time I'm talking about a debut album by a band called Cursebinder, and this is their release Drifting, which came out on the 7th of April via Avant-Garde Music, and the album is 8 tracks and about 43 minutes in length. So I usually go through the band lineup at this point in my reviews, but I couldn't find the band member names online, so I'm just going to skip straight into the review here. So this is a band that they're described as post-black metal. They actually remind me a little bit of the band Ulcerate, but they don't have quite as intense and densely layered sound as Ulcerate. They're a little easier to follow in that respect, but they also bring in these really interesting electronic elements into their music. And when the band bring in those elements, it really serves to enhance the experience of the music that they're doing in those songs. It really does. Whether it's bringing in an organ or a keyboard or a sound effect or whatever it is that they bring into the mix here, it really makes a difference to some of the songs, and it really gives it this evil, foreboding atmosphere. And that's one of the things that I really love about this album. The other thing is the production of this album is very good as well. So it has a drum sound that I really like. The drums really resonate well. The guitars sound pretty good too. Like the vocals, I think they're also mixed in here very well, and add in, as I say, those really good electronic elements. You have here a pretty fantastic debut album. So let's go into the tracks a bit more. So the opening track, Affected by Panic, pretty heavy track to start off with. I do like the way as the track progresses that they tease you with, I think, some interesting sounding lead guitar moments, and some pretty cool progressions to start you off the album. Drifting is the title track that starts off with a little bit of that clean guitar delay before it again goes into the black metal territory once again and hammers you with that. And I kind of like the use of the organ, I think it is, in this track towards the end as well. Shred by Shred is an awesome track which I think fuses with those electronic aspects extremely well. You kind of get these weird ghostly soundscapes as you're getting crushed by this thrashy riff, and it just sounds phenomenal. Love that song. Becoming is a bit more of a track with a groovier rhythm to it, and that kind of becomes the focus of this one, I think. But I think the vocals sound really good on this particular track. It's another strong track on the album. No Dreams, here we go again. Another great track, bringing in more of those experimental elements into things, creating that evil atmosphere again. It's a kind of track that's uncompromising in what it's trying to achieve. It's ambitious in the way that a band like Enslaved deliver their songs, bringing in these elements without fear and driving them home, and bringing you on board with what they're doing just really well. And it's a track with a great dynamic, and I think No Dreams sort of displays what's great about this album in one track, and that's definitely one to check out. Every Tree a Sanctuary, another good song. Really interesting about the 4-minute mark. Look out for the spooky sound effect I think they use. I don't know what that is, but it's fantastic and it just sounds really good. And the final track, Permeating the Undergrowth, finishes the album on a suitable high, and just feels like, for this album, the perfect finish pretty much for me. They couldn't have ended the album in a better way. And by the end of this album, it's really good, really strong. I don't think I have too much to say in criticism of this release, this Drifting album by Cursebinder. I mean, I think if anything, there were moments I thought that some of the progressions became, slightly repetitive, but they did enough not to make those progressions ever become dull, I think. So if that makes sense, it just felt like at times it got a little bit one way, a little bit, but there's enough going on here. It's still an excellent debut. I can't give this any less than an 8.5 out of 10, so I'm going to give it an 8.5 out of 10 for this review today. Have you checked this album out? If you haven't, I definitely recommend it, particularly if you like those slightly different styles of black metal albums: atmospheric black metal, avant-garde black metal, post-black metal, whatever kind of black metal. I think you'll really love this album, so do check it out. So that's an 8.5 out of 10 from me here today. Coming up on the channel, I am planning to do a book review fairly soon of this book I've been reading, which is a slightly different kind of fantasy book to the fantasy books I've been reading lately. But I'm looking forward to doing that one. Otherwise, from me, from the Green Man, Have great what remains of your Easters. Otherwise, till next time, bye for now.